I call the honourable member for Wannon.
Thanks, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. Would the Prime Minister update the House on the action the government is taking to strengthen Australia's national security?
Before I call the Prime Minister, I would advise the member for Moreton, if he wishes to remain for at least half of question time, he will desist. Otherwise he can leave smartly. I call the Honourable the Prime Minister, and we'll have some silence for the answer. Prime Minister.
Well, Madam Speaker, I do thank the member for Wannon for his question. Obviously, he is the he chairs the Joint Standing Committee on Intelligence and Security. He does an excellent job, as indeed does his deputy, and I want to thank the work that the chairman and the deputy chairman for the work that committee has done. Now, Madam Speaker, obviously the first priority of government is the safety of our community. The first priority of government is the safety of our community, and equally obviously this country faces a very serious terrorist threat from people who have been influenced by the Islamist death cult, from people who have left this country to fight with various terrorist armies in the Middle East. Now, Madam Speaker, the latest advice I have is that some 120 Australians are known to be fighting with the death cult in the Middle East. Some 160 Australians are known to be supporting them with recruitment and financing. And, Madam Speaker, we think about 30 Australians have so far been killed while fighting with terrorist groups in the Middle East. Our priority, Madam Speaker, is to stop people becoming terrorists in the first place. But, Madam Speaker, if people do fall prey to the arguments of the death cult, if they do leave this country to fight with a terrorist army overseas, our determination is to stop them coming back to this country. Because the last thing we need in this country is hardened, brutalised terrorists loose on our streets. We do not want terrorists in this country. People who have left our country to fight with terrorist armies overseas have committed the modern form of treason. That's what they've done. And, Madam Speaker, tomorrow we will be introducing into the parliament legislation to deal with this. We will be introducing legislation into the parliament to strip citizenship from terrorists who are dual nationals. Now, Madam Speaker, this will be obviously referred to the Joint Standing Committee on Intelligence and Security. I have to say that our previous legislation in this area has benefited from the scrutiny of that committee, and I do look forward to the benefit of that scrutiny, particularly the consideration of potential retrospective operation of the new law. But I do want to conclude on this point, Madam Speaker. This government will never surrender the freedoms that we Australians hold precious, but we will fight for them. We will fight to preserve our freedom, and that's what this legislation is about.